All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Check us out at thtpodcast.com, mixler.com/thtpodcast. And we have a very special guest today. We have one of the participants from the Tournament of Death this weekend. That is June 13th, this weekend, Saturday in Delaware, 2 p.m. We have Josh Crane. How's it going, buddy?
Great. How are you guys?
We're wonderful.
Good, man. Very good to have you on.
Mester,
you. I
never
really
say
appreciate
die. Mester, never say die, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna put that to the test this upcoming weekend, man. I know it's gonna be a lot of light tubes, a lot of panes of glass, barbed wire, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So I'm very much looking forward to you coming to the Northeast and doing some stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely. I've done some stuff out there before, but unfortunately, it's not been death matches. So it'll be nice to see how that area reacts to me.
Right now, was it always your goal to get into death matches, or was that something that was kind of presented to you?
Yeah, it was always a goal for me to get into it, but surprisingly enough, even though Drake trained me, he's not the one that pushed me into it.
Nice. Drake, I love that guy, man. You know, being in the Northeast, I'm from Philly, so I've seen the guy wrestle numerous times at CZW, and he's one of the nicest guys ever. But Boxman, you got a quick question for him?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, since you were just talking about how they're going to react to you down in the Northeast area. I was just kind of wondering, how are you expecting them to? Because I know you are used to working in that IWA southern area.
I think I'm going to get a pretty good response, and if I don't, then by the time the thing is over, I'm sure I will.
That's the attitude. I like that.
I do too, man. That's good stuff. You've worked with John Wayne Murdoch, which is one of the upcoming biggest guys coming up in the death match, including yourself. Unfortunately, he's not in this year's Tournament of Death. But what are your thoughts on him, and how was it working with that guy?
I think he's a really quality dude. Even though I don't run with the IWA Mid-South crowd anymore. I think he's got a lot of potential, and hopefully he gets out there a lot more. I know he couldn't make it to Masters of Pain this last year. We were supposed to have a match there. He didn't make it because of some car troubles or something. So hopefully see him in TOD next year and maybe Masters of Pain this coming up year.
Absolutely. Now, since you mentioned Masters of Pain, of course, you've been in Masters of Pain, IWA Deep South Carnage Cup, IWA Mid-South King of the Death Match Tournament, but you've never been in CZW's Tournament of Death. So how does it feel going into this tournament, and was it always something that you were looking forward to?
Yeah. Can you say that last part again one more time?
Yeah, sure. I said this is your first time going into the CZW Tournament of Death. So was this something that you always looked forward to as a child? Is this like a dream come true, or was this just something that came up?
Oh, yeah. CZW, it's been not just TOD, but CZW in general has been the goal pretty much since day one. And I've been trying for a long time, probably since 2011, to get seen by the people of CZW. So to finally get the opportunity and it be TOD itself, it's pretty big. And hopefully, my plan is kill it, shock everyone, and get a permanent spot there.
Absolutely, man. I am all for that. And honestly, man, it must be an honor to be in this year's, because I attended last year's Tournament of Death in Delaware. And, I mean, the card was stacked, man. They had Masada, they had Arrow Boy, they had, Jackie Numziao, and they had Joan Kasai, and everybody. And, going from that to this year's, where it's everybody's from the States, I mean, you really have to be one of the greatest deathmatch wrestlers in the States to get chosen. So it must feel great.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good point. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, the past couple TODs have been out of the country guys and, like, just the elite talent of pretty much the world. So to just be United States guys, I think that brings a little bit more pressure.
Absolutely, man.
Because the fans, they want to see Jun Kasai, they want to see the Big Japan and the Germany guys, and now that they're only getting us, we kind of have to step it up a lot.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure you guys are ready for that, man. I mean, I've been to the TOD before. It's going to be spectacular. It actually reminds me of like a wrestling version of Woodstock. That's the best way I can describe it. Honestly, that's how you're going to feel when you're up there. But you, aside from death matches, you also work with other guys like Ring of Honor legends like Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer. Any thoughts on Jimmy Jacobs, who's actually moved on to NXT now?
Oh yeah, I just heard about that recently. He got signed as like a writer or something like that. I think
Right,
that's really
yeah,
cool.
Right.
Yeah, he's on the creative team now.
I only had the tag team match with him. I didn't get singles matches like I was really hoping for. But the matches we had, I thought or that one match we had, I thought was pretty good. I would have liked to work with him and BJ Whitmer.
Nice. Any influences growing up as far as deathmatch guys go? Japanese, Mexican, States, whatever you like.
Oh yeah, actually Pondo is the very first deathmatch influence.
Nice.
I saw him on the backyard wrestling game,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
and then that's how I discovered CZW and Big Japan, and I fell in love with it. So from there, Junkasai early on, and then once I discovered Drake Younger and Nick Gage and CZW, that's when I was like, I need to be like these guys.
Absolutely. Were you ever into like the Japanese deathmatch stuff from the '90s, like IWA and Wing and FMW?
Well, because of my age, I wasn't at the time, so it took a couple years for me to discover it. And once I did, I made sure I got all the footage that I could.
Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us how old you are, man? Because I'm curious now.
I am 20.
You're 20.
Wow.
My God.
Yes.
I feel older every day.
Well, I'm 28, so it's not too bad. But man, that's pretty big for a 20-year-old to be in TOD this year. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the youngest age is, but I would think I'm pretty close.
Yeah, I would think so. Man. Now, a couple of guys that are actually going to be in the TOD this upcoming weekend, you've actually wrestled before, including Matt Tremont, who's going to be on the show later, previous guest before, and Ron Mathis as well. Are you looking forward to possibly working with those guys?
Oh, yeah. With Tremont being my first round, I think it's a pretty cool, can be a good redemption story. He bested me at the finals of King last year, and now I'm opening up TOD with a match with him. So if I can get over beating Tremont, it's a breeze from there, I think.
Yeah, I actually saw that match. That was the first time I saw a pane of glass lit on fire.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally the
it wasn't
first
my
time.
intention to be used on me, but hey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet not, man. Boxman, you got another question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a little bit about Ian Rotten. How was it working for him? How was it working matches with him? All that good stuff.
Well, everyone has their own opinion, and I'm not one to go about spreading negative rumors and such.
Mm-hmm.
But when I worked at IWA, I did the things that I wanted to do on my checklist. So regardless of how everything was ran, I got my matches in with the people that I needed. I got my King of the Death finals in. Didn't get the win, but I got the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And had a match with Sabu. So at that point, I was like, it's about time to leave IWA.
Wow,
Done all you
that's a
can.
good reason to leave, man. You've done it all. Sabu's hands down my favorite wrestler, so that's awesome.
I knew you'd say that, Shaheen.
Yeah, you know it, man. Sabu is the man. Another couple quick questions. Razor wire and barbed wire, which is more painful, and what is the difference between the two as far as getting cut by them?
Razor wire or barbed wire?
Yes.
Well, I've taken barbed wire only to the face, or a razor wire only to the face. So it was kind of cut and dry. It just cut my head open a little bit, no big deal. But barbed wire, for me personally, is more painful because of it getting stuck in your skin and you have to pull it out.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I had a match this past Saturday for Infinity Pro, and it was an I Quit against Trip Cassidy, who's also done some time in IWA. And I got powerbombed from the apron to the floor onto a barbed wire board, and it just all got stuck literally right in my butt cheeks.
Oh.
Man. That's brutal,
Yeah,
man.
so they had to
Jesus.
pull like 4 or 5 out of there.
That may be worse than the X-Pac injury. Man.
I don't know about that, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but yeah.
Yeah, they got to use pliers to get that out, don't they? Though that barbed wire.
Yeah, they weren't exactly prepared, so there was a lot of just tugging really hard until it popped out.
Oh man, I feel for you, bro. Oh.
That is reckless. Well, Josh Crane, we greatly appreciate you coming on here. Is there anything you want to plug other than TOD this weekend?
I don't know if this is the only thing I have at the moment. I don't do a lot of social media or anything like that, but
I don't blame you. That's good.
Definitely good.
I can say Infinity Pro, which is in Indiana, they're going to be running their own deathmatch tournament in October. I think it's even on Halloween. They haven't announced everything for it, but from what they've told me, it's going to be up there with TOD and Carnage Cup and the best tournaments out there. So it's something to look out for.
Nice. I actually heard On Point is also doing a deathmatch tournament, so hopefully you'll be in there.
Yeah, I think they're doing that in like the fall, so hopefully I get that call here soon.
There you go.
Awesome.
Well, hey, man, I'll be there Saturday, so I look forward to seeing you wrestle in person, and greatly appreciate you coming on once again, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you see me there Saturday, flag me down or something. I'm sure I'll be in my own head, so make sure you get a hold of me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sure will. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Yep, later.